here. Do we have lots of things open now? Yes, I do, but not several hundred. We need to join the room, meaning I have not done this before. I think maybe you can exit them too, but what is the options is, yeah, that's where you reset it, and you can leave, right? Yeah, so Yon Ho. Oh, this is long text and my throat is starting to feel tired. Should we TTS it? Let's TTS a bit.
Welcome. John the Ripper is one of the most well-known, well-loved and versatile hash cracking tools out there. It combines a fast cracking speed, with an extraordinary range of compatible hash types. This room will assume no previous knowledge, so we must first cover some basic terms and concepts before we move into practical hash cracking. What are hashes? A hash is a way of taking a piece of data of any length and representing it in another form that is a fixed length. This masks the original value of the data. This is done by running the original data through a hashing algorithm. There are many popular hashing algorithms, such as MD4, MD5, SHA-1, and NTLM. Let's try and show this with an example. If we take Polo, a string of 4 characters, and run it through an MD5 hashing algorithm, we end up with an output of B53759F3CE692-7F1B5779D3964, a standard 32-character MD5 hash. Likewise, if we take Polo Mints, a string of 9 characters, and run it through the same MD5 hashing algorithm, we end up with an output of 584B6E4F4586E136BC280F27F9C64F3B, another standard 32-character MD5 hash.
You didn't have to hear at least. Sorry. Yeah. I'm starting to have a bit of a pain in my throat, so I'm not reading it all.
What makes hashes secure? Hashing functions are designed as one-way functions. In other words, it is easy to calculate the hash value of a given input. However, it is a difficult problem to find the original input given the hash value. By difficult, we mean that it is computationally infeasible. This has its roots in mathematics and P vs NP. In computer science, P and NP are two classes of problems that help us understand the efficiency of algorithms. P, polynomial time class P, covers the problems whose solution can be found in polynomial time. Consider sorting a list in increasing order. The longer the list, the longer it would take to sort. Nonetheless, the increase in time is not exponential. NP, non-deterministic polynomial time problems in the class NP, are those for which a given solution can be checked quickly, even though finding the solution itself might be hard. In fact, we don't know if there is a fast algorithm to find the solution in the first place. While this is an extremely interesting mathematical concept that proves fundamental to computing and cryptography, it is completely outside the scope of this room. But abstractly, it means that the algorithm to hash the value will be P and can therefore be calculated reasonably. However, an unhashing algorithm would be NP and intractable to solve, meaning that it cannot be computed in a reasonable time using standard computers.
And every time they say this, all right, interesting, and they say, and this is not in this room, though I recognize it.
Where John comes in. Even though the algorithm itself is not feasibly reversible, that doesn't mean that cracking the hashes is impossible. If you have the hashed version of a password, for example, and you know the hashing algorithm, you can use that hashing algorithm to hash a large number of words, called a dictionary. You can then compare these hashes to the one you're trying to crack, to see if any of them match. If they do, you now know what word corresponds to that hash, you've cracked it. This process is called a dictionary attack, and John the Ripper, or John as it's commonly shortened to, is a tool to allow you to conduct fast brute force attacks on a large array of different hash types.
Okay, so 1 room. So let's also look at here. What was the name of this one? Yeah, so we don't have to save this because it's the next room. Which is kinda annoying that it's mentioned then. But why do these look different? Because it's already in my path and this I have to join. Look. So if I update this one, we get this. If we update this one, well, then we didn't join it, but we clicked it from the path. Then we don't have to join it. That was kind of interesting, right? So using this link, if we open it again, yeah, now we have joined it because we clicked it from the path. It's auto joined it. So when I use this link, it's not visible. No changes there. But when I use this link, I joined it automatically. So let's do John and let's do this one, and then we have more stuff. Well, this annoys me that it keeps scrolling down, you know, if it's a long text. Like the Advent of Cyber ones. What do you think? Am I starting to totally fall asleep? I don't think my kids really would want to do anything right now, you know. So if I stop streaming, I would probably just still look at this, but not be as motivated and more tired, possibly. Let's drink a lot of water while I listen to this. Cause my throat, you know.
Setting up John the Ripper. John the Ripper is supported on many different operating systems, not just Linux distributions. As a note before we go through this, there are multiple versions of John, the standard core distribution, as well as multiple community editions which extend the feature set of the original John distribution. The most popular of these distributions is the Jumbo John, which we will be using specific features of later. Parrot, Kali, and AttackBox. If you're using Parrot OS, Kali Linux, or TreeHackM's own AttackBox, you should already have Jumbo John installed. You can double check this by typing John into the terminal. You should be met with a usage guide for John,
so
with the first
John
line reading, John the Ripper 1.9.0 Jumbo 1 or similar with a different version number. If not, you can use sudo apt install John to install it.
Well, yeah, it says Jumbo Air. I just never noticed. So that's the John we already have. So it's the normal John. That's the John they're talking about. Okay, let's read this too, or rather,
BlackCark. If you're using BlackCark, or the BlackCark repositories, you may or may not have Jumbo John installed. To check if you do, use the command pacman-q grep John. You should be met with an output similar to John 1.9.0.jumbo 1-5 or similar with a different version number. If you do not have it installed, you can simply use pacman s John to install it.
We're in 1.9. Okay, should we even read this? Well, I'm not actually reading it, so.
Building from source for Linux. If you wish to build the package from source to meet your system requirements, you can do this in 5 fairly straightforward steps. Further advice on the installation process and how to configure your build from source can be found here. Use git clone http URL. B bleeding jumbojohn to clone the jumbojohn repository to your current working. Then cdjohn/src/ to change your current directory to where the source code is. Once you're in this directory, use /configure to check the required dependencies and options that have been configured. If you're happy with this output, and have installed any required dependencies that are needed, use make sclean and make sj4 to build a binary of John. This binary will be in the above run directory, which you can change to with cd/run. You can test this binary using /john test. Installing on Windows. To install jumbojohn the Ripper on Windows, you just need to download and install the zip binary for either 64-bit systems here or for 32-bit systems here.
But let's just
word lists.
Make sure
as we explained in the first task,
in
in order to dictionary attack hashes, you need a list of words that you can hash and compare. Unsurprisingly, this is called a word list. There are many different word lists out there. A good collection to use can be found in the SEC lists repository. There are a few places you can look for word lists on your attacking system of choice. We will quickly run through where you can find them. Parrot, Kali, and Attackbox. On Parrot, Kali, and TreeHackM's Attackbox you can find a series of amazing word lists in the /usr/share/wordlists directory. Rockyou. For all of the tasks in this room, we will be using the infamous Rockyou.txt word list, which is a very large common password word list, obtained from a data breach on a website called rockyou.com in 2009. If you are not using any of the above distributions, you can get the Rockyou.txt word list from the SEC lists repository under the /password/leak databases subsection. You may need to extract it from .tar.gz format, using tar xvzf rockyou.txt.tar.gz. Now that we have our hash cracker and word lists all set up, let's move on to some hash cracking.
So, will these be automatically updated by Kali? They were automatically installed by Kali, so I guess so, right? Maybe I should just look at the dates. Whatever. I think we're good. I didn't know that actually. That it was from a website called Rockyou. Talk about being infamous. Talk about, yeah, you know. Oh, so this is. All of these are so familiar, but I don't think I've done this. It's just similar things. So we don't have to like download it on Kali. We can just look here. This is not so much text. I'll read it. We can pause when we need to, but I'm starting to feel there are multiple ways to use John the Ripper to crack simple hashes. We're going to walk through a few before moving on to cracking some ourselves. John basic syntax. The basic syntax of John the Ripper command is as follows. And we will cover the specific options and modifiers used as we use them. Well, yeah. The hopping up and down in level on the path. I mean, what doesn't use this syntax? The file containing the hash you're trying to crack. Okay, so it actually explained these two. What do you think about this line? Is this necessary? John invokes the John the Ripper program. So I don't like when it's text more than you need, you know. But I want thorough explanations too. So I guess rather this than assuming knowledge, even if it's this. Automatic cracking. John has a built-in feature to detect what type of hash has been given, and to select appropriate rules and formats to crack it for you. And this isn't always the best idea, as it can be unreliable. But if you can't identify what hash type you're working with and just want to try cracking it, it can be a good option. To use this, we use the following syntax. Now we're starting to get to something. So wordless will probably have W, right? So since we still have the help up from doing help and putting it in our notes, we can see what the help says. So there are no short word commands, short options. We can just start by typing John again. If we do, let's do the Control R thing and do John. I'm not sure I like this. I don't like this. I prefer this because I want to see all of them, right? And apparently it's not very long. Apparently we're using full word parameters. And there we used RockU. So if we wanted to run that one now, then we would do rjohn. And then we can just up to it. Why didn't I do John? There's no John in this. Oh, well, that was funny, but that was indeed the line I wanted to edit. Because I'm assuming word list. Let's just run this one with nothing. We'll of course get an error, but then we have it in the history. Alright, it was word list that we're using here. So yeah, and they did that, and then they had the text. So apparently, as I had before, we can also switch the order of these. Identifying hashes. Sometimes John won't play nicely with automatically recognizing and loading hashes. That's okay. We're able to use other tools to identify the hash, and then set John to use a specific format. There are multiple ways to do this, such as using an online hash identifier like this one. And it's not the same one we used, is it? We're heading in the other room. Oh look, this is nice. Web tools. I mean, for some things, web tools are better. For something, they're not. So we need to put this in our notes, definitely. There. So, since we have now two, we have encoding here too. This one is encoding and hashes, and this is hashing, cracking, and brute force. So it's messy. So I'll have to order this somehow. But we're at John. I can't spell web. I couldn't spell tools either. So, what should I call it? Hash identifier. Maybe that's more useful, because when I'm scanning this, you know. Oh, I wanted to identify a hash. I can see it there quickly. But we also have the link that we had just now. It's hash ID and it's up here, so this is annoying. Maybe I'll just add, or I'll drag the stuff that is not encoding. Though the CyberChef does all of those things. So hash ID should probably go down here, right? And then we have so this is like commands, and this is actually tools. This is more, it's also tools, but it's also information. But I guess MD5 should be down here. And what was actually in the MD5 one? It's a hash generator, and then we also have this. And the LM we just created. And this is web tools. That was a different link. That was nice. And this has both base64 and hashes. So, where to sort this one? Can't it make it easy for us? I could just put it in here too, but how much do we want? We also have images here. What is this? These may be in a note, and it's from before it started adding them in directories, because this is just messy. Namelet hash, another one. Yeah, this is the one I used recently. It's all connected, which is nice. So I assume we will need this. Called hash identifier, a Python tool. Okay, so it's Python. It's super easy to use. Oh, right. So this is a web. And then it says, I like to use hash identifier. And this is the one that hash ID said was old. Four years ago, 1 year ago. So we don't need to add this to the notes, because if we go to hash ID and look at this one, it will say hash identifier replaces hash identifier. So good that I knew that, because it wasn't updated. And I'm too tired to send a message to them saying to update the room, am I? Whatever. A Python tool that is super easy to use and will tell you that different types of hashes, the one you enter is likely to be giving you more options if the first one fails. To use hash identifier, you can just pull the Python file from GitLab using, then simply launch it using. So, do they want us to actually do this? I don't want it, of course, but I can do the hash ID one then. Format-specific cracking. Once you have identified the hash that you're dealing with, you can tell John And I'm thinking I should send a message to the Discord. Cause this room is 1170 days old. And of course I don't think about, oh, that tool maybe it's replaced, you know. So maybe I'll just do it. I'm tired anyway. Also, let's see. Today is Wednesday. Is Wednesday. Yeah, and I didn't miss anything there. Sorry for not showing you everything, but I can always do that. So let's just go here and just to remember this, cause we wanna help people, right? Cause if we had not just read that before, I wouldn't have known that, and then I would have thought that was a new tool, and that was 4 years old, and that was a better one. Well, I did this for the burp room, and then they updated it for the new version after a bit, and I did it for something else recently, I don't remember. So I better do it to, you know, help other people. So room. Oh, yeah, I know what I was going to do. Update suggestion. 2. I'm tired. Let me be slow. On the room, suggest using. And then I think I have it in the paste. Hash identifier. But it says it's the it replaces sets it says that's enough. We're tired. Let's get rid of the image. Remove the annoyance of them thingies. Alright, I have messages. Oh, Johannes sent me a link at 7:44 and I haven't looked at it. And what? Oh well, that's still to the ready. And then there are servers, so. And Johannes went to his work, so I'm just going to. There. Now we have OBS back up there on the right. If I call this right. Well, this is the right screen for OBS, but it's not the right screen. It's the leftmost screen, so. Maybe I'm tired. Let's. Boing. We don't need to remember that because I don't have it in my head. This I'm going to do later. This, I just liked the layout when I googled for this. But it didn't have the information I was looking for. But it was beautiful. And that's old. That we're going to look at. This is maybe still useful in this one. We'll see. This we've already done. Let's move it over. And this tool is from this room. This is the old tool. So we're updated. Once you've identified the hash, you can tell John to use it for cracking the provided hash using the following syntax. John, format word list. And let's check the format here. Yeah, and this
Johanna
uses
says,
letters.
You are right when you say right, there is nothing left, and if you need you can write it down, but then down is right, and that's left.
Thank you, Johannes. I have only been streaming for 5 minutes, not 9 hours and 21 minutes. So I don't know why I would be tired, you know? Maybe I should stop. But it is fun, I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop. Why stop? And the right is right, yeah. I almost have to copy that. We should have like quotes.
Ooh, I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I know you've been there. But you're working now, right? Or no? Yeah, you're working still, right? Are you working still? I know you have young kids. So maybe you don't work all day. No more work. Ah, great. So let's learn some John together. You'll know everything about everything if you just watch this stream.
But now they arrive and it's time to make some food.
Yeah. And I made hamburgers a bit ago. I guess that was possibly. Was it late lunch? Early dinner? Whatever
Bumpin'
it was.
says.
Hello,
Hi,
Fixit.
Bumpin'. Hi. Welcome back. So, I have something in my copy-paste. Oh, I know what it is. It is the quote from Johannes. So, let's actually put it in the notes, but in the Twitch bit. And say where is it? Not ideas. Let's do to do. To do. And we need to add a command. We need to do a command. Quote. And should we have person? Or rather, Winroth Music's wisdom. And then we have the quote, which is the rest of it. Yeah. Now, we must add this. We must have all the fun things. Yes? And I'm not tired at all. We'll see.
Johanna says.
This is not my longest stream. This is not my longest stream so far, at least. So maybe I should turn this into taking a walk out in the snow. We have snow again, Johannes. I know you have snow, but we have snow again. It was a snowstorm yesterday, and lots of people had switched from the winter tires. Lots of people. I don't know how much snow you have though. So if you're still here and not making food, you can tell me.
I know. We got 40 centimeters more.
40 centimeters. We have like spots of snow. But it's snow anyway. And cold. Because, let's see, what does my phone say? So weather. We have minus. You can't see a thing, right? So it's like -2, and tonight it will
Vampin
be
says.
will be
You're still
minus
having
6
snow.
degrees.
Here in the UK, the temperature is around 12 C. It feels very
Yeah.
spring.
Yes,
Johanna
so we've
says.
had warm
I put
weather.
a picture on my Discord from the cabin.
Oh, cool. I'll have to see that. But we've had warm weather, and it's suddenly just yesterday. Everybody had switched their tires to summer tires. Not everybody. Some people who didn't, think, because we're still Sweden and weather goes crazy. So, it's supposed to be. Well, Friday we have warmer weather again. We'll see. And Friday it's, let's see, rain and snow mixed. So we'll see what happens. It doesn't. I'm not tempted tomorrow to go outside to go to work. Nah, we won't be fine. I'll have to look at the image. Should we look at once? Yeah, I'm tired. We need a break from. You need breaks, right? So let's look.
Can I post a link from the
Is it
cabin?
on photography? Yeah, post a link. I'm trying to find it. You have so much stuff. Oh,
Web
there's
link.
an image from the last stream. So oh my goodness. Is this recent? Okay, 3 days
Yes, 3
ago.
days ago.
Oh my god. I almost have to take a picture
Vampin
outside
says.
and show you.
Wow, that's a lot of snow.
I don't think I've ever seen that much snow. I've seen images, but I've never been with that much snow. But I know, yeah, we used to have like this sometimes when I was a kid. Something like this, maybe a bit more. And we had a few years ago, we had like this. But it wasn't for very long. But this looks like it's been there for months. Right? I'm kind of glad I don't live in the north of Sweden. Because I can feel the work it takes to keep that snow out of the way and to just go outside. Say, oh, sorry, I can't go to work today. It's snowed. It was snowing all night, and now we'll just spend all day trying to get out of the house. Maybe it's not so bad then. So do you go to the office to work, Johannes? Or do you work like from home? Let's do this at the same time now. So format. Okay, so we're supposed to look at the file we have that I opened here. There, so let's do this one. And to use the tool they gave us.
Johanna says. Ha, it's normal. It appears to be more than it is because we have shoveled ourselves forward lol. I'm working from home.
Okay, yeah, okay, so you don't have to go outside. That's kind of nice, though, right? So it just says MD5, and if we selected the expert opinion, we get much more. So let's just say MD5 here, and let's do it. Or let's open the other ones too.
Anyway, food making time.
Yeah, go make food. And I get the thing with you shoveling to the sides and it looks more, but still, you know, still. Shaw one. Well, this is nice. We have a few examples to do. I didn't submit that one. Then we have number 3. And they go longer and longer. So SHA 256, that's long enough that I copy. No, it's here. Hash type. Then we have 4. Number 4 too. And then we can just close this one. Oh my, that's longer. I almost pasted it without searching. So this was kind of relaxed. Let's try the hashes from the other one. Oh, whirlpool. That sounds interesting. Whirlpool. And there's a hint for that one. Let's not look at the hints if we can't avoid it. If we can avoid it, we won't look at them. So this, the last room, if you duplicate this tab and we go back to well, I guess the dashboard is okay, because we will have hashing there. And we will have the ones here. So if we take this one for the tool that we had now, would this have helped us to identify this? So now we got a reply for which of the 4 it was. We knew it was one of the 4 from these leading A2. Hi, Christy. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here.
Dog just now.
Oh, nice. How was the weather? Is it warm outside?
Less than 3.
Yeah, so we have, from the last room, we had some hashes that we just had these numbers to identify with. And now in the next room, we got this tool. So I'm going back and trying it. Oh my god, let's see.
I didn't get the last part.
And I don't know last part of what.
Fixerbot says. Time to move it, move it. 5
Okay.
table push-ups redeemed. Time to move it, move it.
Thanks, Christy.
5
I need
high
to
jumps
move a
redeemed.
bit. You know, I'm starting to get a,
Time to move it,
my,
move it. 10 squats redeemed.
oh gosh, yeah.
Christy says.
:D.
Do you know what this means? This means we need a bathroom break before I do all of this. And also thank you, because my butt is starting to feel like I've been sitting all day. I do have a desk where I can stand, so why
You
don't I
need
stand?
yes, 'cause I moved a lot during your stream.
All right, yeah, I do need. So I'll
Sure.
be right back.
My butt on so many hours would feel like a cube.
So right, I moved my chair all the way over there for a reason, right? So I'm trying to scroll up. There. It managed. So first we have table push-ups. So trying to be slow. There. And then we had high jumps. And then squats. Okay, so high jumps and squats. And then my pants fall off.
XT.
Translated from Spanish.
I should always stop with those, you know, at the end, but I did them in the right order. So
Fixerbot says. Time to move it. Move it.
Nori!
Wake up, all them
When I
movements
was
you know.
just
10 squats, 5 table push-ups, 5 high jumps and 5 chair sit-ups redeemed. Christy says.
You can do M in any order you want, Sophia.
Yeah. So Nori, you're right, that wasn't enough. Let's do it all again and add the sit-ups. So, well, I guess I'll turn around. So, do it from the other side. Though there's a computer in the way. Oh my god, this feels my thighs. My thighs are starting to burn. 5 table push-ups. I'm glad I didn't do 10 this time. I did last time, I think, when I got 5. High jumps again. No use to pull my pants up, right? I'll just fall down again. Oh, and my ear thing's still there. Amazing. So sit-ups, chairs aside. Thank you, I needed this, I needed to move a bit. I feel how the chair moves. I should have something for like shoulder or something like that too, right? This is just a space. If you think of something they can do in a tight space, you know.
Free breakfast, Banana says.
Hello.
Hello, fix it.
I just got some Move It redeemed, so I'm out of breath from jumping around.
How are you cracking the hashes?
We're just about to do that. And we've got information on what hashes here. So we're just going to look at these two to see what they could be. So the second one is SHA-256. I think we knew that. And there's also the information there, SHA-256. All right, let's do the search again with all possibilities. Now we've got more information. But it doesn't say SHA-2. Wait. This also has decrypt. So, identify and decrypt. So, I have not added this here, but I'm starting to feel we're going to use all the space. So, let's do like add folder more, cause more are coming here.
Can you run this locally? I wouldn't want to put anything important in that form low.
Yeah, exactly. So we're about to run John 2 on my Kali VM on the other screen. So if you stay around, you will see. I'm just going to check these two from the old. You could do these two. I don't know though. I pay for it, so I don't know which ones are free and which ones are paid. But we need to do these two. Let's see, can this find what type of hash this is? And I better put the hash in there. But I'm much more alert now. It doesn't feel like 9 hours 45 minutes streaming anymore. It feels more like 3 hours. So, jumping around like crazy, it's the thing to do. That's why I added the wake up one, right? Because you need movement. So we added that redeem a few hours ago.
I need to learn those exercises.
Oh, this was just high jumps. I touch the floor, jump up as high as I can with the arms out, and then with the, oh my god, what do I call them? Squats. I just pull up my arms straight while I bend, as low as I can without bending my back. So back straight. And then, push-ups are push-ups and sit-ups are sit-ups. So, but I'll have to add something for the arms too, because, when you sit by the computer with the mouse, I have pain here. But just a little bit, because I've been mostly typing. So, we got the information here that this is a SHA 512 crypt, and we got this. Yeah. It's exactly what we knew it would be. From our previous information that we have. Let me go back to this right place in the notes. So, it's not this one, because this is the old one. So we should really remove this one, right? No, this is the identifier webpage. Yeah. And we should also add the newest link here. But where did I put... We also have named that hash that does this. And it's pre-installed, I think. NTH in Kali. And... Am I blind? Maybe it's up here. I don't think so. Yeah, it's up here. So let's move it down. That's why I didn't find it. So what hash? This information was in this task here. So the 6 is SHA-512 crypt. And that's what we found here. So it's correct. This bit. Then let's do the last one. And oh, look, I covered it all. Maybe I'm not tired as I was thinking. So MD5, and if we look here at the hint, I think it will say okay. That's a hint. Go online. Yeah, and we have already done these. So that was just to have more things to try this on. This tool. That's from this room. Bug John. And that's really basic information, like that you type John to invoke the John program. Oh, whatever. Let's continue. Yeah, join my Discord, people. Chat is telling you to. If the bot says it, you have to do it. Yeah, so let's actually get these files into Kali. But since I have them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, we can just copy them. Let's I can't spell make, dear. Do I have one called that? No, I don't, because it's the wrong place. So, hashes. And this is nothing. Oh, it's nano1.txt. Just one, right? #1. And then we paste number 1. Hopefully, if I don't mess up and press too many keys. This is actually number 4. So let's, oh, sorry. That's the only thing I should probably learn more. I just do Control S, you know. So now let's actual first one. And then we do #2. And I'm closing that notepad window. There. And #3. Closing the other notepad window. And we have that. Let's do the 4th one. And the longest one. We have identified these. So I'm just going to remember how to save, because I never did that before, not just 3 times quickly before. And then you start thinking of what you're doing. So let's get back to this and scroll down. We have one is MD5, 2 is SHA-1, number 3 is SHA-256, and then we have Whirlpool. That's kind of funny name, right? Whirlpool. I wonder how that has
Fixerbot says. New follower Leopold LJ. Less than 3.
Welcome in, Leopold. Welcome in. So, now we're going to crack this one with John, and we have hints up here, or help, exactly what to do. So, we do format, word list, file name, right? So this should be easy, as long as we remember that we have the formats here and don't have to find them again. But first, let's try to see if we can find it itself, because maybe it can. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it works, right? So if we go up a bit here, we will have our John command that I started making. So maybe we shouldn't add the type then, the format. Let's just have the word list and add the file name. So let's do #1 and see what happens. So that was kind of quick, and we didn't have to tell it what it was. So let's look at the output.
Zalapanda says.
Hi, coding skills help you to study hacking? Or start with
Yeah,
coding
of course,
skills is okay
of course.
too?
Hey, you can start with whatever you want, whatever you think is fun. And everything is connected. We just realized, and even more, that everything is connected. You know, you use one thing when you look at another thing. So, to find the default options in here, in Hashcat, someone sent me a link to, this is telling me to charge the batteries. So someone sent me a link to the GitHub with where the code and the default option was. So if they had not known coding, they couldn't have seen the default options.
It's anyway will be okay.
Yeah, you will learn. So you'll probably start with getting some simple PHP shell, web shell, and then you look at that and see, oh, it looks like this. How does that work? And you'll understand it, and then you know a lot of coding already. So even if it's just 2 lines, because if you understand variables and all these things, you will learn wherever you start. You will learn it all if you just continue. So, and if you're curious and want to learn more. So, but if you want to learn, start learning this, you can just start with the first pause here. Can I do that? No, it doesn't. There, we could probably click.
I know C# a little, just interested in hacking, but not sure where to start.
Yeah, I started like looking at random YouTube videos, but it's kind of, sometimes you don't understand, sometimes you understand. So just start with these introduction to cybersecurity, pre-security. These are simple learning things. If I click this, this is it's not much either. It's just introduction. This is like terms like there's something called the red team and there's something called the blue teams, and they talk about hats. What is a black hat and what is a white hat? Just what is security operations? That kind of thing, I think. And then you can look at, so you just understand concepts. And you can also listen to podcasts, news podcasts. Just go to your pod app and search for cybersecurity or something. And then this one has a bit more Linux and Windows fundamentals, how the web works, networking fundamentals. So it's really, really basic. And then after that, the one I'm on...
It's for free?
So part of it is free. So it might say when you're in this, some of these might not work. So some of them are free. And that's where actually when I started paying, because it's $5 a month, I think. So it's not very expensive. And you don't have to pay for more than a month if you don't want to, If you don't like it, you just stop paying. So that's why I do. And right, there's a link down in mine. If you want to pay, you can click on that when you create your account. And you get some, I think it's just $5 off, so maybe it's not worth it even. Anyway, so I think Try Hack Me is good, but also look at streams like Al Hasred. Let's shout him out.
Free breakfast, Banana says.
Use your powers for good.
Yeah, always, of course. That's actually why I didn't look into this when I was really young, because I have ethics. I don't want to be... You couldn't learn these kind of things without doing something bad before. So let's shout out, and I don't know the spelling, so I'm going to cheat and look at the spelling, and now I have sweat on my back. It's raining down. What do you call it? It's down my back anyway. So I'm just going to here shout out. Watch his streams, and even if you don't understand everything, you get a feeling of how it works, and he explains everything. He shouts a bit, just ignore that. If you don't love it, of course, to be shouted at.
Zalapanda says.
So, follow him.
Why do you learn cybersec if you are many years in coding? Or in coding fields all not so good nowadays?
I've actually mostly been in like IT specialists and things like that. But right now I'm home with my kids too, so I can't. I got an offers for like taking care of the IT of some company at Arlanda station and stuff, and I'm like, okay, so is it remote job? Because that's what I asked for. Oh no, you have to be here 8 hours every day.
Free breakfast,
okay,
Banana
I can't
says.
do that,
It would be good to know to help you keep things safe.
We're good to know how to help, or what? Yeah. So anyway, that's my tip to. And also, you can Google, Google stuff. There's lots of nice sites. So I'm on this new tab.
If you code, then knowing the hacks should help you avoid mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm just looking for what did I... Oh, right, I haven't tried this yet, but the Portswigger one is too. But I'm looking for something. Don't I have the hack tricks? Yeah, I do. So this site you could just read a bit on too. If you start here, it's like...
Kitty says.
Fix-It works for the FBI, CIA, ATF, Secret Service, and 007 secret agent. Don't let her fool you.
All of them, of course. Yeah, and always trust everything Nori says. Anyway, so there are pen testing methodologies. You can. I was actually going to look at this, but I thought it was a bit like confusing. More like I want to click all the links. I would prefer to have them just in a line, but I guess you could just do it this way and click and read everything. And there's videos. I just don't like how slow the videos are. And you can read at your own pace. So let's do this now. If we go back to this machine, and we did this one, the hash one, without telling it what it was. So let's just see what it says. It says warning, but it's also recognized as warning. It's also recognized as. So we have a lot of these warnings because we didn't say the type. Using default target encoding, loading 2 password hashes. Okay. 2 threads. Was it because I had a new line at the end? It is 2, or is it always 2? Anyway, it quickly decided that this was it. So let's see if we copy this thing and paste it there. I have to remember press Ctrl Shift T and 10 hour streaming. So this seems a bit
Pre-breakfast,
long.
Banana says.
I would never have guessed
so
that.
this is not right. Nah, I'm just testing stuff. So the biggest problem for me right now is to know if there's a reply and what it is. So let's do this with actually telling it what type it is that we were supposed to do. We're supposed to do
It's probably
format.
football.
What if it is for football? Then you okay, where am I typing now? Because it's not where I thought it was typing. So format equals, and I think it's MD5, yeah. Oh, look, there's another note. Let's just type MD5 here. And again, I'm not at the right screen. MD5, and see what happens if we do this. It didn't know, so I'll have to read what actually the test says, but I'm just trying this first. So let's look and read what it says. So raw MD5 is probably what we need here. That's the first example. When you're telling John to use formats, you're dealing with standard hash type like MD5 in the example above. You need to prefix this with raw. Okay, to tell John you're just dealing with a standard hash type. Though it doesn't always apply. To check if you need to apply prefix or not, you can list all of John's formats using John list formats. This is very
I'm not sure
useful.
if they is safe or if it's picked because there's an exploit and it would make it easier for the government to get into things.
Okay. I had to read because it sounds like this is safe. It was this. So, yeah, we can have our theories. So let's go to the notes and add this. So let's go to John and minimize help. And it would have been fun if this would have been on top of this.
Oh great,
already.
I guess I got a tinfoil hat. Probably not a hacking hat.
Maybe it's a hacking hat. Why did I... Oh, this is annoying. That's not the character. There. Now we just have one on each side. So this is obvious, right? What this means. But we have to run this. I'm so curious to see all the formats. And now we know where to... We need to add a role before. But let's still paste this and list all the formats. And it's kind of quite a list of formats. So 416. So let's copy this to the notes, because that could be helpful. So let's do how many? 3. I had 3 here. So let's do formats, and let's add this in here. So we have all the formats in a list, so we can just, if we're thinking, oh, what on earth is MD5, we can MD5 here. And this is
VR Mechatronics says.
MD5.
Arch got a new installer, easier than Windows. I take this.
Okay. Go with it. I'm going to try more distributions of Linux too, and non-Linux ones too. So let's... It was long ago since I installed something else. I'm kind of very used to Kali now, and the Debian server that I have is kind of the same thing, you know. So I'm looking for the raw ones here, because we knew this is what we were supposed to do. And it seems to be case insensitive, right? He said raw with a lowercase r, and this is with the uppercase. And it seems to be all mixed. So I'm sure it's not case sensitive. And we have crypt long, also MD5, DMD5, and, well, lots of MD5s. But we want the raw MD5 here. So we can keep this up, because it might be useful when we... I'm just checking that my comment was correct, or my note. So let's go back to the right screen. Now we know what to use. We can go back to this and add raw. And I assume it's case insensitive.
The password is MD5.
There, so let's do raw-MD5 on this file. And we have quite quickly a biscuit. So it's time to get some biscuit and eat
VR Mechatronics says.
Dinner, maybe?
I have an HP laptop without RTX. I bought a new one Lenovo with RTX today, so Arch will install on the old ProBook.
Free breakfast banana says.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So, let's see here. So we got the format from the website. And then we use this to get the actual... So the format was from the website here, in the search. And that's also a Python tool. So we could download it and run it too. But we should do that. Maybe it's already installed. So let's paste. Oh my god, not all of it. That's for the notes. So for the notes, let's add an example.
The Ripper strikes again.
Examples. So we have a few examples if we think like, oh my god, I don't remember how this looks. And we have an example here. We can look, oh, it was just this simple. Not just a line, but actually the results too. So now let's just take the biscuit and get it to Firefox. There. So let's take the second one now. And we know that the format now is SHA-1. We have learned that we're supposed to add row before. So let's search in this for, and I'm tired, so SHA-1. I actually almost, yeah, I didn't remember what it was, though I just read it. So let's mark all the SHA-1s, and we have lots of SHA-1s too. And we're doing the raw SHA-1. Look, we have a LinkedIn version, and there are different versions. Salted SHA-1. HMAC SHA-1. I think this is the one it mentioned before. No, it was HMAC SHA 512 that used itself. THM's VPN. So let's do the raw for SHA-1 now, and we'll get another example here. Though, we have to use files with Jan, right? We can't use just typing it, because I would like to try all the things, you know. So if we just do this, but we change to 2 and change MD5 to SHA-1 and run that, and we have a kangaroo. So let's get the kangaroo over first. There. I'm not tired. I shouldn't keep giving excuses. There. Kangaroo, and then we have to add it to our notes too. All of the output, so I'm just selecting it. And let's... What? I thought I made a new one. I didn't. I just moved there. And let's make a new one at once this time. So we can add it there.
10 hours is a good excuse. That's quite the run.
Yeah. But my brain woke up from me getting double redeems of the move it thingies and the wake up. So I moved, so I have sweat running on my back, and that made me wake up actually. So let's go back to this, and
Christy says,
next one, number 3.
D.
Thank you, Christy. You
Double
woke me up. Double wake up. So now let's see what this one is. What are we going to use for the third one? So we have checked that it's SHA-256. So let's copy this.
You need black or green tea. Get rid of that Red Bull.
Yeah, well, the Red Bull, I don't have any more Red Bull in the house, so that's gone, long gone. So now let's select all of these, because I want to see how many versions there are. We have the raw, we have, well, it's not as many versions as of the other ones. So raw SHA-256 there.
Ooh, thank God.
For which thing is my thought there. So SHA-256, and we have all of the things filled in, and it's a microphone. Not burping at all here, definitely. So let's also get all of the thing, all the text as an example. So we have these 4 simple examples. Let's also do this one without doing the raw format, just to have 2 of those. We don't have to save those because it's much more, but we can let this do something while we just paste this. So I'm removing the format, And I'm assuming we'll get about the same output, but let's go paste this first. So now we have 3. So let's add the 4th one here too, so we have them all. It's always good if you forget, you can look at it, you can see, and it's not images or anything, it's just text, so it doesn't take much space either. I'm kind of worried about that. It's my notes just growing from all the images. What we got here when we didn't set the format, we remove the format bit. It doesn't know what to do. It's just done, and it says something oddly here. Is this supposed to be a try at getting something? Because we had something similar here. This looks like it could be a password, but it's just like random letters, right? So it seems like it's confirmed we need to add that format. John doesn't know what it's doing otherwise. It's confused. Very confused. So let's just go up 2, switch to 4, and you're on the right screen. And let's get that last one. It's a whirlpool. This is actually the most interesting to search for. Will there only be one whirlpool, or will there be several in our saved formats list here? So if we Control F this and select all, there are several. It's TC Whirlpool, Whirlpool 0, and Whirlpool 01. So there's no raw here. So I'm assuming just Whirlpool. We don't have to add raw to this one. I don't know what Whirlpool is. I guess we have to Google that later. So let's first just do this. So actually, let's do Whirlpool, which is a very funny name. Yeah, so we didn't know what Whirlpool was. Could it be cane sensitive, this one? No, I didn't remove the raw, because I was used to not. So that's why. So the last one was Colossal. Let's copy all of this. And we go to the other screen, paste the last example, which is kind of interesting because it's more different to me. And let's also get this into the web page. There. So, oh, we had a hint. It's, you don't need raw. Yeah. Then we have lots more to do on this page, but first let's just Google, not Colossal but Whirlpool. So, termed message is. Of course, this will not be easy to read, I guess. Cryptographic hash function. I've never heard of it before. Adopted by International Organization of Standardization. IEC, ISO IEC, hash design, square block cipher. There was a string modifier. It takes a message of a length less than 256, returns parental with message digest. Whirlpool is not and will never be patented. Free of use for any purpose. Original Whirlpool will be called Whirlpool 0, the first revision 1. Okay, whatever. So, 2001. 2000 actually there. Okay, didn't say very much about it, more than how it was made and who has approved it, and, well, I guess more information. So, now we're cracking Windows hashes, and we have task files for this. So, yeah, so this is just one file. Because I was thinking, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 again, and we will have problems with the directory and have more hash files. So let's just copy this one first, and let's NTLM, and then it has some kind of number there, but whatever. I'm just pasting this. So we have it in our hashes for experimentation. So why didn't you just type the numbers? People can add it into files by themselves, right? Crashing King Windows hashes.
Arduku says.
Whirlpool is also a brand on washing machines and refrigerators.
And that's what I assume it means. You know, it's mixing it all around like a washing machine, so you can't... It's just a scramble of letters coming out. I don't think ours is a Whirlpool. Let's continue. But thank you, Arctic. Now that we understand the basic syntax and usage of John the Ripper, let's move on to cracking something a little bit more difficult. Something that you might even want to attempt if you're on a real penetration test or red team engagement. Authentication hashes are the hashed versions of passwords that are stored by operating systems. It is sometimes possible to crack them using the brute force methods that we're using. To get your hands on these hashes, you must often already be a privileged user, so we will explain some of the hashes that we plan on cracking as we attempt them. So, NT-hash, NTLM, and you can click this and get Windows New Technology Manager, LAN Manager. Maybe we should actually add this, right?
Free Breakfast Banana says.
Is it legal to smoke hash where you live?
I don't want any kind of talk about drugs in here, thank you. But it's not. And I would never use any drugs. No, too low joke. It's not fun. So let's go to the notes and look at our
the hashes I mean.
NTLM. Yeah, I get it. It's kind of fun, but I don't like drug references, so that's why I don't like it. Okay. So I would approve like them not allowing people smoking normal cigarettes because it smells horrible, you know. That would be nice for them, for me. So that's just what it's. A suite of products offered by Microsoft Authentication user and protect the integrity. Let's just yeah, whatever. This is what Windows NT was also. It's so funny, bad naming. Calling something new technology as if it would be new the next year. It's always odd. Microsoft doing Microsoft things. Oh, let's see now.
Ooh, new technology.
Yeah. So, Windows NT.
Arduku says.
Spell. Windows
I always
NT.
thought NT in Windows was network technology, not new technology.
Windows new technology. Yeah, it's new technology. And the naming is so horrible. Well, we saw it there in the short thing. I don't know. Let's Control F new.
Free breakfast, Banana says.
New
Is
technology.
it more advanced than Linux?
Windows NT. It's just before the current Windows version. It's an old version of Windows. And it's from 1998. No, it's not from 1998. It's from 1993. There. So it's just old Windows. It's not new anymore, I promise you. Anyway. Yeah. It's in the text there. And I told you and Googled it. Okay, let's continue reading. NT-hash is a hash format that modern Windows operating system machines will store user and service passwords in. It's also commonly referred to as NTLM. So NT-hash is another name for NTLM then, which references the previous version of Windows format for hashing passwords known as LM. Thus NTLM. So NT and LM are the two versions, and NT is the newer and LM is the older. So NT-hash is the same as NTLM, which is just shortly put NTL/NM. Oh, okay. A little bit of history. The NT designation for Windows products originally meant new technology, and was used starting with Windows NT. And then we have a link to the wiki we just googled ourselves to denote products that were not built from the MS-DOS operating system. Eventually, the NT line became standard operating system type to be released by Microsoft, and the name was dropped. But it still lives on in the names of some Microsoft technologies. You can acquire NT-hash, NTLM hashes by dumping the SUM database on a Windows machine by using a tool like Mimikatz. And this is interesting for me because I know about SUM database, but I didn't know that. And I have heard of Mimikatz and seen people use it, but I didn't know that that was what Mimikatz did. So now this is good knowledge for me. And also, let's see if we have a Mimikatz note, because we need to remember with the data not in the head, because this will fall out the other ear, you know. So Mimikatz, I don't think I have one for that, and I'm thinking, should I put it on Windows? I guess, yeah, it must be Windows then. Do we have it somewhere? And I always stop reading at the bottom. Why? When I look at this list like this. So we don't have it. So just lazily copy it and make a new note here. So we have Mimikatz there now. Or from the Active Directory database. NTDS-DIT. You may not have to crack the hash to continue privilege escalation, as you can often conduct a hash attack instead. But sometimes hash cracking is a viable option if there's a weak password policy. So this sentence I'm going to steal from them here. Let's just put it in two places actually, because for Mimikatz this part is interesting. There. And then we have the NTLM bit where it's all interesting. Then we should probably add NT/.
Christy says.
NM there.
Duke Hussein for NTFS.
Yeah, it's also NT. It's very new. It's just how many years old? Though it was kind of nice to get NTFS actually, because the file system was a bit of a mess before that. So let's go up and finish the Mimikatz one. So can get, acquire. I don't want acquire in my nose, that's too official. We want stuff in here, not other words. Can get from
NTFS Yay is still the best and stable one
for Windows. And you do a lot of binary stuff. How do you compare NTFS to like X stuff? So, well,
I'd love to have some time to explain.
So, the Mimikatz can get
NTFS.
hashes from some database.
They are similar.
Okay, yeah. I guess the permissions are a bit more complicated on NTFS, right? So, but you can have more advanced permissions in Linux too. And you could use NTFS disks with Linux now. Nah. I'm just thinking it can read them, but permissions are so different. Whatever. Let's continue this. So, you may not have to crack. Yeah, we can pass a hash too. Practical. Now you know the
You
theory
can use
behind
NTFS
it.
disks with an NTFS driver.
Yeah. I'm thinking, how will the permissions look? Because, you have owner, but you don't have, like, files
Is
don't
really
have
flexible.
an owner group in Windows. You just have one owner, but you can have, like, permissions like crazy. And inheritance and non-inheritance and everything. So much stuff. Now that you know the theory behind it, if you can use the techniques we practiced in the last task, and the knowledge of what type of hash it is. So the knowledge of what type of hash it is. I don't think we got that knowledge in this room, though.
I meant, for example, reading the file system at byte level.
Okay, yeah, of course they're similar. I'd like to do that sometime, but I have a hard time imagining me prioritizing that over learning more like networking related things, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's always fun to do low-level things too. I just have to see what... I got some messages. So... yeah, I will need to call my mom in a bit too. She's lonely. And I missed a call. That was long ago. I wonder who that could have been. So, 6 hours ago. Well, I guess if it's important.
Cool, Mom.
I don't know
you
the
can
number.
mute the stream.
Yeah, but we'll do a video call and things. So she likes to see people when she talks to them. So let's see. I'm also thinking that 10.5 hours Maybe I should not be in here sitting on the chair all day, though. We could try. I don't know how my cables are. We can try and just for the last bit. Careful here. Let's see if we pull the network cable out, right? I think we're almost up to the height. I see nothing stretching. I have to feel the cables. So we're actually almost up to normal level here. I haven't done this in a bit.
Yay, pull the network cable that always works well.
Also, this light is on the floor, so it doesn't go up. Okay, so now my computer started moving, which it doesn't matter because I could move the computer, but let's see. Yeah. So everything seems to have survived this, except for that light that's rotating. Oh well. I wonder if you can see me spilling on myself here. Yeah, because when I was eating the hamburger, I got ketchup on my shirt. I didn't even switch shirts. I'm just continuing this. So, and that light is covering part of the screen here. So let's see if I just put it behind. Well, that's okay. So, I'm standing. I can't do those.
Healthy hamburger?
Oh, well, I guess. It had cheese. I can't really move the camera, so I'm thinking maybe a bit up more. Just for the camera. Though my keyboard is a bit high now.
Tongue.
Well, I fried it myself, and it was kind of like this big, and then the bread was this big. So now we can stand and move around, and we can get the treadmill and connect everything. And these lights are on the desk. All these things are on the desk. Only that light, because the table is so short that if I would put the light here, it would be in front of the monitor first, because it's not on the table. It's just hanging on the edge. Let's continue. So what do we need to set the format flag to in order to correct this? 2 letters. And so we kind of guess then. Should we guess? Should you guess NT? Because they kind of said, right? NT is a modern one. But let's try and just paste it here. Do I still have it in memory? I don't think so, because there were other things there, and I have not even actually copied it, I think. So let's open this. Do I have it twice open? Yeah. Nah, I don't. It's other stuff. Good. Because I was thinking like, then I better stop streaming anyway. And also my kids, so. But I asked the one who's not sleeping just a bit ago if he wanted to do anything, and he was like, no, I don't want to do anything with my mom, 30-year-old. So, no, I wasn't like that. He was, no. What was I going to do with this? I was going to paste it here. Then I'm going to go submit. And it says NTL. So this wouldn't have helped, So if you search again, paste the same, do include all possibilities, and then we get more information. I'm just thinking, will it say just NT? Or is that not one of the things it means? No, because it says NT element, that's okay. Oh, it's unchecked automatically. I was thinking I don't want to leave it there. We haven't tried this one. So do we need to do this, or can we just search? Invalid captcha. Yeah. So the ADP. Now you know I'm not a computer, right? So this could do it. And also my screens are really messed up now, because the one most further away is pushed into this screen by the light. So maybe I can move the light just a few centimeters. It's on the edge of. I've got a shelf, so I can push it further away. I could angle it. I could do that if I want to, but I guess this is okay. Okay, we have a mushroom, but let's do this with Jan too, of course. Meaning, let's search types for. Let's lace this, meaning going back here that way, and doing NT, and searching all, and this is a common name, but it's NT. So we have NT, because I was thinking should I do LM, but I will start with NT. So NT-LM exists, but NT. And this is just plain text. Yeah, we didn't do all, that's why. I'm like, what? Why does it select that one too? So this NT, I assume there's no row or anything. It's just NT. And go back to this one. Now this one. So we already know this is mushroom, but let's try it with Jan too. So if we do this, and let's do NT here, and I'm going to the notepad and copying the NT file, NTLM file, and we can just we won't need this one anyway, so let's we're not in the same directory, so cd thm cd. Oh, I was in the wrong place. So cd hashes, and here we have them, right? Oh, I made the NTLM one. Okay, maybe I should go to stop streaming anyway. So then we don't need that. We just need to add NTLM. And you were like, you did that. You did that. You did do that. So we got the mushroom this way too. Mushroom, not mushroom. I guess it's not a big difference. I just felt I was saying it oddly. So, not for there, for here. And let's do this as another example. No, not this one, this one. So, and also sh, so it's colored nicely. Then we'll copy mushroom. There. And I'm actually thinking that it's time for me to find someone to raid. Because, you know, I should have a life outside of streaming too, right?